It's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. Sun, 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 here we come. 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 It's alright. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun. It's alright. It's alright.
Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome. There she is. Right. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Why don't you come up here, Amy? Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Go, Ranga. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Shri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Advaita Nityananda Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaura Sriga, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaura. Hare Krishna,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. You can turn your mic on. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Rama Hare Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Nityananda,
Hare Rama
Nityananda,
Rama
Shri
Rama Hare
Advaita, Shri
Krishna
Advaita,
Hare
Nityananda,
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama
Hari
Hare
Das,
Rama
Hari
Rama
Das,
Rama Hare
Hari
Hare
Das,
Krishna Hare
Hari
Krishna
Das,
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Das,
Hare
Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama Hare Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Krishna Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Hare Rama Hare
Shri
Rama
Krishna
Rama
Chaitanya,
Rama
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Hare
Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna Krishna Hare
Shri
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Nityananda,
Shri Krishna
Nityananda,
Chaitanya,
Nityananda,
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 Ananda, Nityananda,
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 Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Nityananda, Nityananda, Nityananda,
Nityananda,
Sri
Nityananda,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna
Gauranga,
Oh,
Gauranga, 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 Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Gauranga,
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Sri Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Sri Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Chaitanya, oh, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, oh my Lord, Sri
Sri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya, Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Chaitanya,
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 Sri
Sri
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya, Sri
Sri
Krishna Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya,
Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya, Sri
Sri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya, Sri Krishna
Sri
Chaitanya.
Krishna Chaitanya,
Hare Krishna,
Sri
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
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 Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram
Rama, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna,
Oh, my
Hare
Lord
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama Hare Rama,
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Rama,
Krishna, Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Chaitanya,
Rama,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, 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 Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Shri
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna,
Shri
my Lord,
Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya, Shri
Chaitanya Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya
Shri
Shri Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya,
Chaitanya Shri Krishna 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 Chaitanya
Chaitanya, Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya,
Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya,
Krishna Chaitanya
Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri
Shri
Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya
Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya Shri Krishna
Shri
Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya,
Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri
Shri
Krishna Chaitanya
Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna
Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Shri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
So, this is Srimad Bhagavatam, Chapter 1, Canto 1, Chapter 1, text number 3. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam, the mature fruit of the desire tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Shukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit became even more tasteful, even though its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. I'm going to go to another verse. Let's see, let's do an experiment. Let's go to Chaitanya Charity. Oh, yeah, I know what I want to do. Okay. Let's see, Nectar Moon of Lord Chaitanya. Chapter 2, verse 11. O Lord Caitanya Chandra, whose form is full of blissful pastimes. O Lord, whose complexion is as splendid as gold. Who, O Lord, who gives in charity the nectar of pure love for Lord Krishna. Yeah, I love that statement. O Lord Chaitanya, who gives in charity the nectar. See, it's a nectar. It's a taste. It's like a beverage. It's it's a nourishment and charity, love of Krishna. This is the souls are starving for this. This is the real life. This is real life that only real devotees can give it, that actually have this nectar. Okay? That's why the Lord came as a devotee, to give this nectar in charity to others. And so those who are in the real light, when they're preaching like Lord Caitanya preached, that's when you get this nectar. It's available. Yeah. Yeah. See, you drink this nectar. It's like, see the nectar you drink, right? You drink it. And you drink it through the mouths of these devotees. See, this nectar emanated from Shukadev Goswami. And so this nectar is beautiful. It's wonderful. It wakes us up. It takes our ignorance away, our sleepiness in this Maya. All these illusions, all these misdirections. See? We don't have proper directions on who we are. Why are we suffering? You think we're built to suffer? And we don't even know. We start to believe that we're this body, and life is about suffering. You accept your lot to suffer because that's what happens. And you don't know that you're a spirit soul beyond all suffering. You don't know that. See, Lord Caitanya wants to give us this charity of what liberated souls have, even beyond liberation, actually. What his highest devotees have. They have that kind of liberation in their soul's relationship with the Lord. That's where real happiness is. That's where real taste is. That's where freedom is. If you don't know who you really are, you're not free. There's some kind of illusion keeping you away from the truth. That's why that statement of Jesus is so beautiful. The truth will set you free. You got to experience the truth, not speculate on it. That's not enough to study, you study the Vedas about the truth, but you have no experience of the truth. Okay? The experience of the truth of the Bhagavatam is your relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But that's an experience, not a mental concept. Okay? No, only. Yeah, it's your what does it feel like? What is that experience, man? Can you taste that nectar? Well, you have to have this love. You have to meet somebody who's given this in charity, who's a rich man. Okay? We make rich people here. Like in the world, if you want to be rich, they even teach this. You study and you associate with rich people, and you take on their mentality and how they think and what they do, and then you become rich by association. See? But there's the misdirection right there. You need to hear the truth. Oh yeah, that's not really riches. That's entanglement. See? You start to love your riches. You start to love being around mundane rich people who are actually very poor in bhakti, very poor in this drinking of this nectar. They can't drink it. No, rich men, rich women, we make them here. See, people, they come here. You want to be rich? Well, rich. What is real richness? Well, Lord Caitanya showed. Didn't he show what riches are? He came here and he relished the holy name. There you go. There's a rich person. Whoever can chant the holy name with great ecstatic devotion, the name of liberated souls or the liberated Lord, and you feel this attraction and this happiness and this ecstasy, this enlivenment, this purification, you're a rich person. Okay? People don't know this simple thing. Isn't it amazing? That's why I love the Bhagavatam. It reveals all these truths, and we set people free so easily who listen. I mean, look at Amy. Did you hear her testimony yesterday, man? It's beautiful. She said, "Oh yeah, I've been listening to you, and for a year, a couple years, and I just listen. I think about, your words and all that. Yeah, what words are you thinking about? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm doing it. I'm just sharing the riches, man. I'm relishing the riches and sharing them at the same time. This is called bhajananandi. I'm just doing it, like if you saw a person in a cave doing intense bhajan, and they're meditating, and you only see them and they're in that dark cave, doing it, and you think, wow, I'm doing the same thing. You don't see my mind wandering much unless I have to, multitask occasionally. This is bhajan. They call it ghostananandi. And it's a perfect word for that. It's another way Krishna puts it, slides in these interesting words, ghostananandi. You carry the ghost, man. The ghost, the Holy Ghost. They noticed the early Christians, they got this special thing from Greece, Jesus, and they called it the Holy Ghost because it's a spirit. It's a spiritual, and it's different than anything. It's the only thing that's real and purifying and reveals reality in this world. So ghostananandi, what a perfect word. You carry the ghost and you preach the ghost into others. See, you're born of that word, not of flesh and blood. See, chapter 1 of the same book of John. Those who heard the word made flesh. The word made flesh is the bona fide spiritual master, man. Who's done what Jesus done. And yeah, do what Jesus did. Yeah, he even said it, man. All men must do what I have done. Okay? What is that? Become a real devotee with real devotion. And then your word is so truthful, full of truth. It awakens the truth in others. And what is that? Oh, their loving relationship with the absolute truth. That nectar of pure love of God. Oh, you think just anybody can do it? You think just people study in the Vedas but have no experience of their eternal relationship with that Supreme Personality of Godhead can do it? Come on, that's really laughable. It's actually ridiculous. You just need to hear the truth spelled out. A, B, C, D. Simply, clearly, truthfully. That's it. You got to go to those rare persons, the ones out of many thousands of self-realized persons, those ones that hardly know the Lord in truth. Well, we make those here because you found somebody here and you've developed faith in their word. Like one devotee was saying, I feel really lost. Really? Do you have faith in Guru? Do you have faith in this preaching here? Do you have faith in the devotees who have faith in the spiritual master here? Because do you see them looking lost? Well, you got to associate with rich people. You know which people are rich? Rich in faith and liberated souls. Living, and also the ones who are also living, but you don't see them. They're unmanifest until you develop faith and you call them, and then you're there and you're associating intimately with them. We bring people to that point. Okay, so if anybody's feeling weak, anyone feel, I'm so lost, feeling lost, you're just lost. You have a lack of faith, man. Associate more closely with those like a Lalita or a Johan or a Janaki. Do they look weak? Or now look at look at Amy, man. She's picked it up, man. Follow the path she's followed. Look at her. Look how strong she's here. Boy, she's already getting excited. I got a laptop. I got ideas, man. I'm going to preach. That's how it works, man. You follow the example of these persons. She's getting empowerment, and that's how you preach, is from empowerment. See? And if you're feeling, I feel weak, I don't know if I can preach. Associate with these devotees, these advanced devotees. Make friends with them. Learn what they've done and how they act in this world. Because how they act in this world and their deeds they do, if it creates empowerment, they're doing the right thing, wouldn't you say? See, way showers, they show you the way. It works, man. Follow the formula. I teach it. They follow it. They get the result. They become the witness program and the enrollers. They say the testimony, right? Hey, man, this product is great, man. This guy isn't bullshit. He's got the real deal, right? We need. See, that's how it works. That's what they did with Jesus. Yeah. You know, there's 11 guys. Oh, no, man, he's got this. He's given the Holy Spirit. Just believe in this preaching. Believe in this word. The formula works. And boom, people started to get the Holy Spirit because they believed in the testimony of those who had a relationship with that one in the many, thousands of self-realized souls that intimately knew the Lord. And he didn't preach what we're preaching. He said, I have more to tell you, but you can't bear it. Well, this is the more to tell, my friends. You heard it first here. And these gurus can't tell you. They tell you something, but they have you have to have the experience of the Spirit. You have to be in your relationship to communicate that. You commune and communicate. It's a verb. Communicate it to others. And people are born of your word, man. Your experienced word, experienced devotee who knows what real devotion is. And you can see and you develop faith because, my God, this person knows more than these talkers, man. Yeah, Raganuga, Rupa, no Rupa, no Raganuga, no Rasa. No communication that this is real. And bunch of speculation, see, misdirection. You cannot attain what is here by speculating. You have to follow the path. That's why you see people just listen and they hear and the words just make sense. That's the path. That's a testimony from Amy, beautiful yesterday. Yeah, I just heard it. I just knew this was true. That's how it works. You've been purified either in this life or another one. If you haven't been fully purified in this life, you make friends with these devotees. There's no, there's no competition. Jealousy doesn't do anything for these advanced devotees. What is it? It doesn't do anything. It's just a block in your way. Blocks you from the real thing. The way you get this devotion is from these devotees, by association, by service to these devotees who have attained the goal of life. That's how you get it, man. Serving the devotees. We're here to make devotees. And if this non-devotional mentality is around, it's got to go. And it will go. Otherwise, you'll go out and, somewhere else. And go to a person, they still have that. I've had that happen. People go to these other gurus. A lot of gurus have jealousy in the heart. And they can't help themselves. And their disciples can't help them. Their only hope is here, actually, is the help that I do. All this chastisement I do of these gurus, they're not real gurus yet, not really, not of this standard. They can't help you very well. They don't know it. Their disciples don't know it. Or maybe they do know it, but they cheat because, they like the position. They like the worship. You ever see greedy people in the world? They have money, they'll do anything. They have no scruples. You know how many people are like that in the world now? This is Kali Yuga, my friends. You know how many people will sell their soul for a bag of money and have already? And a lot of people, you have faith in these politicians and everything, and they've sold their souls, even doctors. Anybody with a position of importance, Maya's coming around with a bag of money to test them. They sold their soul for a bag of money, man. You know how many people in religion do that? Oh, so many. Any place of importance, where you have influence. I've also sold my soul for a bag of money, but my money is different. I sold my soul for for the wealth of Lord Caitanya, just to chant his name and to call him so he comes, just to get darshan. I sold my soul for that. It's worth it, man. See, you got to know where to invest. Now that's the best investment you'll ever make. Sell your soul to the Lord. You'll never be cheated. That's why idol worship, even in the people don't know how clearly what is idol worship. Idol worship is you worship something mundane as spiritual, right? It's idol worship. If you even worship the demigods, it's idol worship. They're the mode of goodness. That's one of the 10 offenses. Here, I just help people overcome these very important offenses. One is to consider the demigods on the same level of Vishnu, which is actually Krishna, and that includes gurus, man. If they're not liberated souls, you're committing offense, and you wonder why you don't chant in ecstasy. You wonder why people don't chant in ecstasy? Because their gurus are mundane still. They're not better than the demigods. I haven't seen one. Better than the demigods is the Lord has given you his mercy. You got the mercy of Lord Caitanya to taste the nectar of love of God. Okay, now we're talking. Now you're going to make some progress with those persons. See, they're Bhagavad Gita 10:10 personified, right? They worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, this nectar of love of God. You can see they're actually drinking that, tasting that nectar. Now, wouldn't that be the place to hear? Wouldn't that? I tell you, you won't be doing any idling of your time there. You're going to make rapid progress. As a matter of fact, every day you're going to feel it. Your depth of your understanding of the Lord is going to deepen every day. See, that's why the whole, to win the game of transcending this cycle of birth and death is to identify liberated devotees. And if you're not already liberated, and most people aren't, 99.9% of the population are not liberated souls, then that's why you need in some lifetime to meet a liberated devotee. And if you do, man, that is the turning point of your existence. They're so rare, and that is your ticket out of illusion. Otherwise, there's no other ticket, no ticket master anywhere. Everybody's going to more or less mislead you unless they are the real deal. They actually, have an eternal, transcendental relationship with the Supreme Lord, and can demonstrate it and prove it and communicate it to you, to where you're feeling making progress. Now we're talking wealth, man. Okay. And the whole world, because the whole world is in Maya and believe insignificant and mundane things are important, can't recognize those people. But if you do, oh, that's your wealth, man. And if you're in a sangha of devotees who also recognize and you're still feeling lost, the devotees of that devotee can help you. You just associate with them, learn from them. Blessed are the pure in heart, they shall see God. See, those who follow the process here, their hearts get purified. And they see God. They see God in the scriptures, in the word of their guru. What am I preaching to you? Am I preaching just nonsense? Does it make any sense? Well, it seems nonsense to even these gurus will consider this nonsense. Doesn't make any sense to them. Why? Because they're projecting. They believe in nonsense. It's nonsense to actually, to be worshipped as a spiritual master as good as God and not be so. That's nonsense. That's why, remember, Prabhupada would say, "Yeah, this person is nonsense." See, what are you doing? What's your deed? That's nonsense. Doesn't make any sense. Not to liberated souls. Doesn't make any sense to me. That's why I preach like this, to teach real sense. And if you're getting purified, you'll understand. Oh yeah, that is nonsense. Doesn't make any sense to worship a non-liberated person. How am I going to get liberated? That's nonsensical. You worship a liberated person who can show you that they're liberated. Worship means you listen to them, you hear them. And naturally, love for them will develop. Why not? They're giving you Krishna. These are the words of this is the perfect figure of the Lord, man. People think a perfect figure is some mundane woman or man molded in a nice shape, which is going to disappear. No, these words will never disappear because they're molded in the perfect shape of the Lord, and the Lord's figure is beautiful and perfect, and the perfect conception. See? And if you begin to love that devotee, it's you love the perfect figure that they're making of the Lord. And that's why that love is pure. See? That's why Lord Caitanya said, those who claim to be my direct devotees are not my devotees. And those who claim to be my devotees because they got a mundane spiritual master are not my devotees. But those who are the devotees of my real devotees are my devotees. See? Because his real devotees, what are they? By medium, right? They communicate Krishna, the real Krishna to you, the real conception, right? Why? Otherwise, what is it? Just a bunch of words that you hear from these so-called gurus and teachers, and anybody that's not self-realized truly knows the real self is going to more or less teach you bullshit. It's not going to be clear. Just the way it is. It's simple. 1 and 1 equals 2. You got to find a wealthy person. Otherwise, you ever see these? I met people like this. They were bullshitting people. They claimed to be wealthy. I remember I was traveling around with nothing around the United States with just the clothes on my back. I got this spiritual awakening, and I was just traveling around, and I met this guy. It was by Krishna's arrangement, I met this guy in this Cadillac, old classic Cadillac. It looked really fancy. He had this beautiful girl next to him. And the guy was like acting like he was a wealthy, famous person, man. Wealthy, famous. And he just looked at me and he was inspired. He says, "Get in the car." I was a guy, I was just wandering around like a beggar, man. He said, "Get in the car." And I just jumped in. A big fancy car, and he's going around. Everybody's looking at him. Who's this guy? Who's this guy? And he looked at me. He says, "Get in the car." Got in the car. And I rode with the guy, and he's talking really fast and everything. He's got this beautiful girl, sitting right next to him, And then we're driving around. It was one of those, what do they call, with no top, convertible, no top. It's just driving in. Wow, this is a trip, man. Where's this going? And we went he took me in a bar, we went in a bar with the girl, and he started ordering drinks for everybody. Everybody, hey, drink. And everybody's going, wow, this guy is, because he was acting like he was like rich and he was an important person. He was just acting like all of this, man, and then he ordered drinks for everybody. He didn't pay anything yet, right? He said, oh yeah. And the bartender, I'll pay later, and all this stuff. And then he gets this big conversation going. He's talking like this. Oh, yeah, I'll be right back. And he leaves. And the lady's sitting there. I'm sitting there. And she says, don't worry. He does this all the time. He just leaves. No, never came back. And then we walk out and he drives around and we hop in the car. He didn't pay for any of the drinks, but he made a big show. That's your gurus out there, man. Making a big friggin' show, impressing everybody. But they ain't got any money. Not this kind of money. We got all the wealth here, man. What a mind blower this is. We got all the real wealth here, man. And they're out there making the big show. Oh, yeah, we're wealthy. We got this. And the women, I see the saris. Oh, my Guru Dave, just to do whatever his name is. I forget his name. Oh, he's so great. Oh, they're like rock stars, And the guy's got no wealth. Oh, yeah, come listen to my classes. Oh, we're going to talk about stimulation of ecstatic love. And I can't stimulate yours and mine's not stimulated. We're going to just have a good wasteful time, Some will do some idol worship. You'll idle your time away and we'll think we found that I'm the real thing, and you'll think I'm the real thing. But I actually am a poor person. Without real bhakti, you're poor, man. Poor man. You're penniless. We come here to distribute that wealth of devotion. Now, doesn't this make sense? Do you see what's actually nonsensical? People don't know what real wealth is. See, the highest truth is what? This wealth I'm talking about, right? Distinguished from illusion? What is that? All of that nonsense going on. The big show out there, like this guy going in a bar, ordering drinks but has no money to pay for it. Where's your money, man? To pay for being that? Where's your money, your wealth, that you can bring your disciples to Vrindavan? What is it? Just a big show, playing pianos, PhDs, talking flowery words? Where's real Krishna? People should ask, where is real Krishna consciousness manifest? Where is deliverance? Wouldn't the idea to go to the highest philosophy in all the religions, which is the Vaishnava philosophy, is the cleanest, the clearest, the most pure? Wouldn't it be nice to go there to get delivered in this friggin' life? Shouldn't it be there? Well, you need to follow the formula like many people are doing here and getting the desired result, which is love of Krishna. All you have to do is follow the formula. What's the difficulty? By the action, see, chapter 1 on the spiritual master. When you have a real one, the formula works. By the action of the book Bhagavat, see, the clear, clean, pure concepts that are actually in that book. The liberated devotee is the real spiritual master who delivers you for sure. By the action of that concept, preached by the vigorous, clear, logical, experienced devotee, prema is delivered into your heart and awakened in your heart. Attachment for Krishna develops. The seed of bhakti is planted in your heart, and there's no other process to do that except the book Bhagavat, the real truth preached by the real devotee, which is the manifestation of truth in this world. What do you think is bullshit with Jesus? I'm the truth. That's the bona fide guru. It's so rare to find them. You think, what is that? No, Jesus, I would never. Well, you better find somebody like that who's a manifestation of the truth made flesh. See? Their word made flesh. Can you feel it, man? That's made transcendental flesh. See, now you get a heart that melts. What are we reading anyway? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Lord Caitanya Chandra, whose form is full of blissful pastimes. Okay? So this is what you get here. You get attraction and attachment to the Lord. He comes so close to you, can feel his wonderful presence. That's how devotees, they know the Lord is non-different than his name, and they call the Lord and he's there, and they just associate him. See? That's the blissful pastimes. His form is full of blissful pastimes. Simply by chanting the name of God. It's amazing. See? That's the wealth you're going to get here. That's called Bhakti Lata Bish. That's that pearl of great price. What other pearl do you think, other than attachment to the transcendental Lord, is that pearl? Right? Love for that Lord, that awakening. It's dormant in the hearts of everybody. Whether you're a lizard, one of these lizard men they talk about, a demon, a demigod, a person in the mode of ignorance, everybody has that. And the Lord wants to give that in charity. But you got to go where it is, man. Who's got that wealth of love of Krishna? Not, what do you think? Wealth is being a follower of the rules and regulations without this love? No, it's time. Okay, you have gurus and teachers in the world teaching you the glories of rules and regulations and Varnashram Dharma, like Ramananda Roy started the conversation. Are you ready to say, that's external bhakti, man, there's faults in that. Tell me something deeper. Well, how about this? Let's go right to it. Let's cut right to the chase. What is the real treasure of Krishna consciousness? Love of Krishna. Where do I find it? Those who have love of Krishna. Is that not simple enough? Well, how do I know they have love of Krishna? Oh, they awaken it in others who come and listen. Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken devotion to Krishna are certainly, is there any uncertainty in that word of Lord Caitanya? Certainly the spiritual master. Can you see? Why would anybody feel lost when you can see people have the awakening of love of Krishna by being with a real guru, empowered by the real God? It's certain. Oh, it really works. I've been found. You were lost before, but now you're found with this faith, newfound faith. That's the whole point, developing faith. So if you followed the Vaidhi Bhakti path, you followed these gurus and teachers to the point of having faith in Krishna, well, your faith, your perfection of Krishna consciousness will be perfected when you have faith in the real guru preaching the real conceptions that they can't preach, because they're not examples. You got to be an example of love of Krishna, for God's sake. That's simple. It's solid, isn't it? Isn't it? When you have your faith on a firm foundation, you got everything. People are getting that experience. Amy's getting that experience. Fanny. They got their faith in the right place and solid, man. Now they can build. Now they can preach. I found a real living guru, Shiksha Guru, man, which Prabhupada said is more important than Diksha. Of course, Shiksha is more important. That's the finishing work. It makes the house very beautiful. Don't you want a beautiful house? Or you just want a foundation? You ever see the houses, they build the foundation? Does it look beautiful yet? No, the Shiksha, man, makes all the furniture in there, makes it look really beautiful and attractive. So what does Shiksha mean? Oh, what am I learning? What am I learning? Oh, let me preach that. What am I discovering? Oh, the importance of Shiksha Guru. Wow, Prabhupada led me to a Shiksha Guru. Do you think that message is important? Or do you like people just saying, oh yeah, we found Prabhupada, we found Prabhupada. In other words, you found the rules, you found the foundation, you found the rules, and you stay there, and you die there. Or do you want to be progressive? Do you want to be with this team, man? The baton has been passed over here. Oh yeah. Prabhupada led me to this teacher. Doesn't Janaki preach like this? Yeah. He brought me to Gaur Haridas so I can learn deeper and more. See, now we're with this preaching. The finishing work, putting all the furniture and make it really beautiful. Awaken this love of God, because all it takes is faith in this Sangha. This one little Sangha amongst millions of devotees, and millions of them don't have faith. But you are one of the fortunate persons that has faith that Krishna is really here. Lord Caitanya is really here. And it's true, he is really here. And do you know how hard it is to establish that in one's faith and from not blind belief? That's why it works here so well. Because even if one person understands the truth, they're set free. You're set free. You have a solid foundation, no more fear. The Lord protects you. Maya keeps her hands off you. Oh, you've learned the lesson of existence. Now you know Maya's game. Maya's games only bring you to the point of faith in the transcendental potency, headed by the bona fide spiritual master. A manifestation of Sat, Chit, and Ananda in this world. And then you develop faith in the devotees, like I have. I have faith in Prabhupada. I just chant his name, he's here. Jesus is here. Chant Lord Caitanya's name, they're here. How do you know? Well, when love awakens in your heart, there you go, man. That means they're close, because they're filled with it, man. And they fill us up. There's no other way. But when you mix that, and this is one of the teachings I teach here, that we teach here, you mix that with faith, with non-liberated souls, faith in Prabhupada or Jesus, and then people who are not liberated, what do you got? You take one bad apple. It could be a good apple, it's still a bad apple in the eyes of the Lord. See, remember St. Paul said, your goody two-shoes stuff are like filthy rags before my Lord. So good apple, bad apple, it's a bad apple still. And you put it together with a transcendental apple and you mix them together, it dilutes the whole thing. It causes speculation, and you mix like this and you make alloys. That's not pure devotional service. See, you come here, you get the real thing. We don't mix. I don't mix. If you're mundane, I call a spade a spade. Sorry, you're mundane, man. You're not mundane? You're a real guru, you're a real spiritual master, a real teacher? Well, okay, show us. Yeah, lay your cards down. Let's see. Oh, no. I want to keep all these things. No, I don't want anybody to know. Well, this is the apocalypse. You listen to these lips here, they create the apocalypse. Everything comes crashing down. That's illusion. Isn't it amazing? All these words Krishna made, apocalypse, comes from the lips, man. We cause the apocalypse. Krishna causes the apocalypse, causes the lips to vibrate. Yeah, love of Krishna shows you how Krishna is involved in everything. It's amazing, actually. and all the word plays on words. Ghost in a Nandi means a preacher, man. They give you the Holy Ghost. Yeah. All right, what else we got here? O Lord, whose complexion is as splendid as gold. O Lord, who gives in charity the nectar of pure love of Krishna. Man, that's the best drink we'll ever get, is this taste for love of God. But our spiritual senses must be awakened. Fernando was talking about this, and you can watch the previous video. He had this awakening. He followed the real path of Raganuga. That's why you got to be an example of following the path of Raganuga. So Fernando, in his way, was teaching this is the path he associated with a Raganuga devotee, a spontaneous devotee, Lalita Ganga, and he asked for a blessing, and he wanted to worship like that. And then boom, the Lord gave him the awakening. Felt the energy, this like I experienced in the early 70s, the arising of Krishna in the heart, the energy going up there, the Kundalini, and the explosion, of this intense ecstatic devotion. See, he followed the path of Raganuga. That's how anybody can. And he was a Vaidhi Bhakti before that. But he wanted that. He saw. See, this is the way Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur taught. He taught that the Raganuga Bhakti is simply seeing a devotee who is worshiping the Lord in a very intimate way, which means the tears and the laughter and all of that, those divine emotions, spiritual emotions, and you think, oh, I also want to worship like this. I also would like to worship like this. How do I do that? Oh, just come in, like she said. Oh, just come hang out, watch the classes. Develop faith in this kind of way. And then the Lord blessed him. Oh, you come to my devotee. Oh, you like my devotee's worship. Oh, well, here you go. We'll make you one of those kind of devotees. So that's the real path. So we're teaching right on. See, the real course is here. See, now, if you're just doing Vaidhi Bhakti, or you go to these gurus and they're just teaching you rules and regulations and they never show you this intimate worship, which is really what Krishna consciousness is all about, which Vaishnavism is all about, it's all leading here to what we're teaching, where that's the next stage. And they can't show it to you because they don't show it to you. They don't show you that intimate worship because they really can't. They don't have it. They don't even know what it is. Even say theoretically, even if they did know what it was, they're still not showing it to you. Therefore, you don't know what it is. Therefore, you cannot perfect your Krishna consciousness. You can't perfect your Krishna until you follow the real path of Raganuga Bhakti, which is simply what we teach here by example, showing you the worship of Krishna. I mean, isn't it amazing the kind of intelligence you get? Have you heard anybody teach anything like this so right on the money? I mean, if you studied Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Rag Vartma Chandrika, you see, boy, this is really the real path. What's in the book explained is actually right here. The path of Raganuga Bhakti is here in action, not just in the book where you don't understand. It's in the book. Here, we're doing it. We're the example of it. Anybody coming here and say, oh, I would like to chant like Gohari and Lalita and Johan. Oh, I want this kind of these tears. And they look so happy. And they are. They look so free, and they are. They look so spiritually wealthy, and they are. But if you look at those persons and say they're fools and beggars and poor, then you're an illusion, man. That's why that Mahavirya called himself out, man. He's an illusion, calling one of our devotees like Lalita a fool. What kind of fool? This is a smart cookie, man. Anybody who takes to the association of ecstatic devotees is the smartest person in the world. They're the best capitalists. See? You know what a capitalist is? The person who makes money. They have the biggest wealth. They're the best investors. They invest in the best investments. And that's why you see in the Atmaram verse, Lord Caitanya quoted, he said in esoteric hidden terms, he said, you got to meet the capitalists, man. You got to meet the best investors of their time and their energy and have the greatest dividends on their investment, which is the wealth of love of Krishna. You got to meet people like that. You got to see that's the treasure. What is my preaching here? Just a simple thing. This is love of Krishna. This is the most important preaching you can ever believe in. This is the real treasure of life that even the demigods hanker for. And it's available here. If they want it and they don't have it, they just got some goody two-shoes ideas and feelings. They need to come here to get it. You got to come to the real devotees who's expressing and teaching these things. And that's a symptom to the Lord. Oh, this person's actually humbled. Otherwise, they're too proud. Oh, no, me, I'm a demigod. Just like these gurus. Oh, me, I'm a worshiper. I got followers. Oh, Gohari, he's only got like, what, 11 people. Oh, 11. Auspicious number. Somebody else I knew had 11. 11 people watching. I got thousands of followers. Oh, and I got a big seat. Oh, they all recognize me as a great devotee. Great devotee with no devotion, no real pure bhakti, man. You're nothing. Without pure bhakti, you're nada. Nothing. In the eyes of God, nothing. He doesn't even look in your direction. He only looks at his devotees. Didn't Jesus preach that? Only the Father recognizes the Son, and only the Son recognizes the Father or other real devotees. I don't recognize anybody else. Otherwise, how can I teach this? How can anybody be delivered? If I recognize those in illusion, if I recognize them, I say, oh, they're not really an illusion. How can I actually serve the world? How can I serve those persons if I recognize them to be something that they're not? Do you see? This is very uncommon teaching. This is Shiva versus Daksha in action. Shiva, to teach the world and move so many millions of demigods into the pure devotional space, he didn't recognize Daksha, even though the whole world was recognizing Daksha. I'm teaching real Bhagavatam now. Okay? Even though the whole world of Vaishnavas recognizes all these gurus, Gohari is like Shiva, sitting there and saying, I'm not standing up. I'm not bowing down for them. I'll bow down for the super soul in them, but not for those who identify with the false ego. Sorry. We're here to liberate people from that. Because the followers, see, Daksha had millions of followers who weren't able to discern the difference between the spiritual potency that Shiva represented, the pure devotee he would laugh and cry and dance like a madman when he sang the Lord's names. The world didn't know that. They thought he was a madman, but Shiva himself had to teach. And the whole world was believing in the dakshas, the good persons, the goody two-shoes, right? Even St. Paul thought, oh yeah, let me be a Pharisee, let me be a good person, then I'll get God. And he realized, no, there's something greater than that Jesus represented the pure devotional potency. And he realized, wow, God, my good things are they're not, he didn't explain it like the Vaishnavas do. It's all encased in the modes of nature. The modes of nature are covering for the soul. See, that's Bhagavatam is a soul teaching. That's why they don't understand it. They're like dakshas. See, we're like Shiva here, trying to explain the facts. See, this is real Bhagavatam. You can't preach. This is Devananda Pandit could not preach the real Bhagavatam because he was a good person. There might be many good gurus out there. good, nice guys, maybe sincere. Like Devananda Pandit was an example of that. Good person. He taught about Krishna, but didn't really, because he didn't. Without devotion, you don't know the Lord deeply. You're superficial in your understanding, speculative. And the Lord said, "I'm going to rip up this book now." He doesn't know Krishna. Krishna is the Bhagavatam. Krishna is non-different from the Bhagavatam. You know, he's not presenting the real figure of the Lord, the perfect 10, you know, the one you really whistle. See, that's the kind of Bhagavatam you got to hear. Makes you whistle. Like, and that's not easy to do. You got to be empowered to teach that kind of Bhagavatam. See? Otherwise, you'll be whistling. Boy, that class, man. Man, that class about, what was that class about? The stimulation for ecstatic bliss. Didn't get any bliss, no ecstasy, but man, that illusion was great, but I think it's the truth. See, you want to overcome that fault of hypocrisy and stupidity? Come here, man. Here you'll see the real figure of the Lord, the real Bhagavatam. Did I not preach the real Shiva versus Daksha? Have you ever heard that story? Prabhupada never even told you the story in that way. Not Bhaktisiddhanta, nobody, because they're just preaching you the rules. I'm here to do the finish. I'm here to preach real Bhagavatam now, the confidential purport, so that ecstatic devotion awakens in you like it did in Maharaj Parikshit, right? Not. Yeah, you don't think Shukadev Goswami threw the rule book at Maharaj Parikshit. You think ecstatic devotion? If you're sitting there, I mean, they don't show it, but there were tears there, there ecstasy, bliss, because the real figure of the Lord is being preached. The perfect figure. Number 10, high 10. The Lord has his standards, man, you know? That's why devotion awakens in people who want it here. They've been waiting to drink this. They've been drinking this speculation, you know, it's like Kalya, you know, in the river Yamuna, you know, poisoning the river Yamuna represents Hari Katha. That's what the Vrindavan residents, they're not mundane. They live on the milk of the word and the name and the pastimes of Krishna and the sight of the real Krishna. And that was poisoned there. The Kalya jumped in that lake. Just like these persons who are not qualified, they jump in the lake of Vaishnavism and they preach contaminated ideas and speculations, starting with Guru Tattva that they actually can deliver you. Guru should be able to deliver you. Why are you going, oh, Guru Dev, deliver me, and they can't deliver you? What kind of hypocrisy is this? What is the law? I know I'm delivered, yeah, because they say so, and I speculate on the book. No. Deliverance, all you have to do is come look over here for 30 days, and deliverance is a Lalita Ganga and a Johan and a Janaki and a Govinda, where they're blissed. They know the bliss of Krishna. That's deliverance. Right? Look at Shamaguri. She's getting right on the bandwagon. She's starting to know these things, right? You getting it there, Shamaguri? Understanding more? It's nice, isn't it? Nice to hear the truth as it is. Okay? If anybody's feeling lost, that's all you need is faith in the truth, man. That keeps me going. I have faith in these words. I have faith in this truth. The Lord reveals this to me. When I look at the Bhagavatam, it lights up like this. And I share that light with others. What do you think when Jesus said, while I'm in the world, I'm the light of the world? Well, the conclusive purport of that is the light of the devotees' realizations and revelations is the light of the world because of that relation, that closeness that they have with the Lord, like Jesus had. like Lord Caitanya had, like Nityananda had. And it shows in the bliss, like Govinda has. You see this bliss? That's what Nityananda looked like. He was blissed out like that. Or like Lalita Ganga. Otherwise, how are you going to know the bliss of Nityananda? In your speculations? Nobody knows. You got to see it on the person of the devotee who's a recipient of the bliss of Nityananda. You can see this bliss that you see right before you with your own eyes. Everybody's very fortunate to see a blissful devotee like Govinda there, who's a recipient of that bliss because of his faith in a real guru. He's one out of many thousands of persons, one of many millions of persons in Krishna consciousness now. They don't look like that. You don't get this unless you find a real empowered spiritual master in the Gaudiya Vaishnava line that actually has that's an actual associate of the Lord. And you listen to them and you become like that. And your faith is strong. This is the finishing touch for whatever we are. Exactly, the finishing work, man. Can you see how this finishes it? How it's finished when you come into this faith? What more do you need to know? You just go deeper into this forever. Just stay blissed out. Isn't the Lord's form full of blissful pastimes? Oh, and you're an associate now? So you're going to be blissful because the Lord is blissful. And you're saved now. And more than saved, more than liberated, much more than salvation here. So I said, if you understood what's going on here, you would be very blissful. What else we got here? See, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you, O Lord Chaitanya Chandra, O Lord whose form is full of blissful pastimes. You need to meet a Vaimedium. You need to meet a devotee like a Govinda or a Lalita Ganga, and pay your obeisances there, because their form is full of blissful pastimes, right? The Lord is with them. They're with the Lord. Oh, there you go. There's the blissful pastimes. They're chanting. You know, Govinda was listening to the birds this morning. Speaking a few bird words about the glories of waking up like this. And you pay your respectful obeisances here to these kinds of devotees. Oh, you'll be like Fernando. See, he's a way shower guru already. We make way shower gurus like this. He's showing the way, man. He just, came and associated with Lalita Ganga and developed faith. And then he had the ecstatic awakening. We're getting a lot of those here. One by one, they're coming. Look at Fani, man. He's happy now. Isn't this great? Isn't this beyond the Brahman thing, Fani? Fani, Madhumangal. Isn't this best beyond the Brahman? The proud Brahman trip. It's great. This is a blissful pastime. Just bliss out. Remember when we were watching that movie of little Krishna together? And you just turned and you were overwhelmed with this ecstatic moment. Will you bring me to Vrindavan too? There you go, man. Fulfillment. Desire is being fulfilled. Okay there, Shamaguri. Thank you for listening. See, pay your obeisances to the blissful devotees where the Lord is having his blissful pastimes. This is the idea. You want to meet Krishna, you got to meet his devotee. If Krishna gives you the real mercy, if you're a sincere Vaishnava following those rules and regulations and you're yearning, you want the real Krishna beyond rules and regulations and ceremonies, and your heart is yearning, you'll end up here. If you're one of the many thousands, that's not impressed with just regulative devotional service and wants more, Tired of following gurus who can't deliver you? Because they can't. The Lord will lead you here and you'll get deliverance. Because this is all by the book. This is all chapter 1. Do I need to read that again and again? Chapter 1 of Adi Lila? When you're ready to be delivered, you meet the bona fide spiritual master. He's the external manifestation of the supersoul. And by the action of the supersoul in your heart awakened, and that guru speaking to you and teaching you, sharing with you the truth, by the action of the book Bhagavat they preach to you, and that devotee who's the greatest devotee, he has the greatest devotion, has the greatest knowledge, better than 100 Acharya Devs. But you got to get purified to understand it. You better come here for at least 30, 60 days. Otherwise, you think the darkness is the light. The light is conclusive truth. It's not some bright Brahman light, some oneness thing. No, the conclusive, clear truth, the perfect figure of the Lord, the conclusive understanding of the absolute truth, the conclusive understanding of Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita and Caitanya, and we got Caitanya Leela too. Maya will not survive this onslaught. She cannot. We have too much ammunition here. Too many weapons. It's like having thousands of arms. You know, that form of the Lord has thousands of arms, thousands of eyes. What else we got here? Okay. Lord Hari, his eyes now like millions of rain clouds shedding torrents of tears. The opulence of pure love of Krishna making him laugh at millions of Vaikuntha worlds. See, you got to see this book in action. That's what's here, man. Don't you see devotees' eyes pouring torrents of tears, laughing at millions of Vaikuntha planets? You notice we laugh at these people that are not self-realized. Why aren't you following this path? This is the only practical path, for God's sake. It's laughable what you're doing. It's laughable to follow gurus who don't have this kind of ecstatic love, don't have the mercy of Lord Caitanya, this pure love of Krishna given in charity. It's laughable. You wonder what I'm just following the realizations of devotees. The Lord puts this in my heart. Now the book is manifest. It has to be manifest. You have to have an example of this. You have to have an example of this preaching. Otherwise, there's no preaching like this. The other preaching goes on, the illusory preaching, the fault preaching. That's all full of fault. You know, you got gurus who don't have pure love of Krishna. Here we have disciples who have pure love of Krishna. Why wouldn't the whole world want to come here? They just need to hear that pointed out. And I convince you, okay, this is more logical than that, isn't it? Isn't it more logical? Oh yeah, let me go. Here, the verse is right, this holy book. The book is holy. And we have a manifestation of that holiness here. The mercy of Lord Caitanya must be here. Must be here for the taking and the awakening and for the shaking. Otherwise, it's just in the book and you don't understand it because you're not an example of that kind of devotee, where the blissful pastimes of the Lord are manifesting in you, like in Govinda there. Look at that guy. That guy looks stoned, man. It's because he's got the mercy of Lord Caitanya, man. He came in the right line. He's lined up, man. The electricity goes all the way from Lord Caitanya, Nityananda, and Advaita, and all their blissful devotees, all the way through into the line in 2023 here. And if you're not looking like a Govinda or Lalita Ganga or Johan or Janaki or whoever else is getting this mercy, then you're not connected yet. So you want to get connected? You want to just stay a false follower. False follower is what? You're not connected to this blissful, ecstatic line, and you didn't receive love of Krishna in charity yet. Well, that's what we do here. Love of Krishna in charity. So get in the dentist chair and let us get to work and get it over with. To Lord Hari, his eyes now like millions of rain clouds shedding torrents of tears. That means you have attained prema. Because the Lord attained it, he was able to give it to others. That's our mode of operandi, MO here. Mode of operandi. Okay? Come here, engage in these blissful pastimes of chanting together in Sadhu Sangha and discussing these wonderful principles and taste the meaning of these verses as they are. Present the perfect figure of the transcendental Lord so people can appreciate it, right? Isn't that the whole point of when you see a beautiful man or woman, is to appreciate their figure, but then you get entangled, right? You get the lust, and that's not as pure. Here we present the perfect figure of the Lord, and you're looking at that, right? You're looking at to the point of becoming blissful and ecstatic. See? And that's a happy feeling, right? That lasts. Addictive feeling, transcendentally addictive. See? It lasts forever. And you just keep presenting it. This is the blissful pastimes, is to discuss Krishna, the perfect figure of the Lord, to present the perfect figure of the Lord to others. And that liberates them because then they become attracted. Why wouldn't you become attracted? You know, you want to go to the boring Bhagavatam classes where you're just there because of duty? Well, I'm supposed to listen to my guru. I guess, he's speculating on all this. He can't present the perfect figure of the Lord, so you can't get transcendentally attracted. That's Mahabhagavat, man. That's the devotee empowered by the transcendental Lord. They present you the conclusive understanding. We make way shower gurus. They teach you how to do that. Oh yeah, you come into the real line and you get this. Develop faith in a real spiritual master, man, that is empowered by the real transcendental Lord. Well, when you get a transcendental fruit, man, transcendental fruit is all. You'll become blissful as like Govinda. You're blissful as Lalita. You'll get the gift of pure love of Krishna because that's what we're doing here. We've already proved it. Oh, Gauri, that's not very humble of you. Yes, it's not. It's very truthful of us. I say us because I can't do it on my own. If it was me, then it's false ego. No, of us. No, it's very truthful. Yeah, it may not be very humble, but it's very truthful of us. What, you want feigned humility? You want me to walk around like a praying mantis? Ooh, this person's so holy with no holiness. Ooh, look, he's got his hands folded like he's holy, but he's not holy. He's full of holes. And I shoot him full of holes with the truth, man. Yeah, this truth is everything. It's very protective. It awakens your bhakti. It also it's a weapon. It's like an arrow, it shoots holes, or a bullet, machine gun. They have a lot of ammunition here. Just shoot holes in the illusion. I say, we got automatic weapons. They appear automatically too. It's amazing how that happens. You ever see the difference between a machine gun and a single shot? Here, yeah, automatically. They appear automatically. We just start shooting, man. You know, people say, Corey, you should watch your words, man. You should be mindful of what you say. I'm sorry, man. We just have automatic weapons here. You know, I just put the finger on the trigger and it goes. It's like, I'm sorry, you can't stop the burst. It just has to until it runs out of ammunition. I just put my finger on the trigger and just pull it, and you cut down many illusions at the same time. Just go spray it with bullets, man. This is the only treasure we can offer you is the truth. Just consider this as like Neo. No, not Neo. Was it Neo? Who's the guy? The guy with the black guy offering you the pill. You want to be red pilled, man? Come here. We'll don't think you'll get red pilled by David Icke. No. This is the red pill, man. You'll transcend the matrix. Literally. Morpheus. Yeah. Thank you, Amy. See, she's listening. She listens. We'll show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. You come here, man. Okay, what else we got here? Want to give us a word, Govinda?
Yeah, beautiful. Instantly feel uplifted when I come into your association. I say that because, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, a bit tired, shall I come on? As soon as I come on and interact and participate, I say this to encourage other devotees, if they can, come into the live, because instantly I feel uplifted. It's very similar to when I was at River Yamuna's house in the caravan, and I took that short distance from the caravan to come and listen to you before me. It's so powerful. It's so powerful. I liked so much. Well, there's a few things. I think it was the Shiva pastime that got me. All right, I got to go live. Because you're presenting that, Guru Hari, you're presenting that. They wouldn't even dare to read that in ISKCON, or Shamarani wouldn't dare, or any of these, just, they wouldn't be able to, bless them. I liked very much you sharing about Pani desiring it when you're watching Little Krishna together, because that's so sweet. That touches my heart. That's like Lil and Rita's of the devotees here. Lovely devotee. Thank you, Pani, for all your help and your recent donation. So sweet. To see us all develop together and get this spiritual advancement in your association. It's the same as Shiva, Daksha Kirshi Shiva. It's exactly the same. It's exactly beautiful pastime, beautiful class. Thank you, Guru Hari. Thanks.
Well, thank you there, Govinda. That's awesome, man. Let's see what else we got here. So, text number 16. Chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, his own holy names, which bring auspiciousness to the world. His hand trembling with love as he touches the knotted string about his waist to count the number of names. His face bathed in tears as he comes and goes, eager to see his own form of Lord Jagannath, and bringing great delight to the eyes of all. May the golden form of Lord Hari protect you all. Yeah, and so that's we need to be around devotees like that now, because that's the truth. Truth will set you free. It's not just in the book. You got to see devotees who chant the holy names in ecstasy, that are recipients of the mercy of the Lord, because that's how you get the mercy of the Lord, is to be around devotees who have the recipient, who are recipients of the mercy of the Lord. Okay? That's it. You know? The splendid path of pure devotional service, which bewildered the great sages of in the past, which material intelligence has no power to enter, which Shukadev Goswami was not able to understand, and which merciful Lord Krishna never revealed to his closest friend, is the place where the dear devotees of Lord Gaur happily enjoy pastimes. That's how deep this bhakti is. That's why people have a hard time understanding it. And the only way to get it is by with a real associate of Lord Caitanya. That you see these symptoms, man. You see they cry torrents of tears. They laugh like madmen. They poo-poo every other path but the mercy of Lord Caitanya. It's that great. It's that true. And people may not like it. Oh, you discount my path. You don't honor my path. Well, I'm here to honor the path. For those who want it. I mean, I can't help it. You're less intelligent. You're less intelligent if you follow any other path but the path we're presenting here. Why wouldn't you want to be self-realized in less than a year, possibly, or a lifetime, say? Why wouldn't you want a higher result than any Buddhist impersonal, what do they call it, emptiness type experience, nirvana experience? Why wouldn't you want? I can't help you. You're less intelligence, that you just want liberation, or you want just to be a salvation from Christ. And so all these other paths are lesser, man. I can't help you. You want to be a materialist. That's really less intelligent. This is the greatest offering in the world. It's here now. We have it. We've been ordained, literally, to distribute this communion, this connection, this opulence of love of Krishna, love of God. Why should I honor any other path? No, I honor, just like Prabodhana says, give up every other useless path but the mercy of the Lord when it's here. The mercy of Lord Caitanya. He gives the highest revelation and realization. Is it fanatical? No, it's just truthful. It's just the truth. Lord Caitanya is the Kali Yuga incarnation. I don't believe that. Too bad for you, man, because this is the truth. This is the Vedic. This is confirmed by the Vedas, confirmed by Chaitanya Leela, the greatest devotees who've come here, and not only that, confirmed in my own experience now. And if you come, it'll be confirmed in your experience. You show me. People have been here like 6 years now that really got it. They ain't leaving forever. We're here. We're lifers. We're eternal lifers. Otherwise, you know what you are? To be truthful, an eternal loafer. You want to be an eternal lifer? Come here. Otherwise, you're just loafing around in this world, following all these slow paths. Yeah, they're all pearls on the string of Krishna, but they're not the pearl. We got the pearl for you Vaidis out there, all you groups, Gaudiya Samiti, all of you, give up all those useless paths, the many lifetime paths. If they get you here, you got the real fruit. Otherwise, you're going to die without the fruit that we're eating here every day. Man, we're whistling at that pure figure of the Lord, man. Man, you're hot. We were whistling at something spiritual. You're whistling at, boy, that speculation that Guru gave, man. Boy, did he juggle those words. Yeah, wow. I think I'll spend another few lifetimes in speculations following gurus like that, who mislead me and misdirect me in all ways. They're not liberated souls, but claim to be, or infer that they are, infer that they can deliver me somehow. Oh yeah, yeah, we'll charge it over to Jesus. We'll charge it over to Prabhupada. But you worship us. What hypocrisy. You want the worship, you want the money, you want the buildings, you want the followers, you want the adoration, but you can't deliver anybody. You give it to Prabhupada. Oh, he'll deliver you. That's what the ISKCON does. They got that. They're trying that one out. They keep trying all kinds of things that don't work. How about what works? This works, doesn't it? The desired result. We get blissful devotees like Govinda who follow the heart path sincerely. Yeah? Why not follow something that works? Why follow things that don't work? Doesn't even make sense. The splendid path of pure devotional service, which bewildered the great sages in the past. See, a lot of people, there can be gurus out there and teachers. They're kind of great in a sense. They follow the rules, maybe even sincerely. Maybe they do austerities. Great sages, right? They could say they're even a great sage, but they don't know this preaching. They're bewildered by it. No, can't be. I met a Narayan Raj guru, and I said, I got a disciple over here. He's got symptoms of prema already. No, that's not true. Can't be. That's bewildering. Impossible. No. It's not. The Lord has made it possible. Made it possible here. Shows it's bona fide. People get love of Krishna. So much so, people can't understand it. They think, oh, it can't be real, man. Because my guru, Narayan Raj, says many lifetimes before, prema can't be real. That's what the guru of Narayan Raj, one of his disciples who became guru. So, oh, no, my guru never, no, there's no prema, no, it's bewildering. Yeah, well, we see, you got the book in action here. We're doing it, man. Same realizations Prabodhanath had. We're active again. See, we're preaching that pure devotional service. We got that power, man. Now that's power. You want power. This Klaus Schwab wants to control the world. This is power, man. You control the world this way. People come here. They become spiritual. They become liberated. They become free. See, the shadow is selfish. That's these guys, the demons, they represent the shadow. It's very selfish. They want the control for themselves. See, that's illusion. That's offensive. See, the devotees, they want the control for God, where he controls you. The spiritual potency is very beautiful, very sovereign, very liberating. And you control that Lord. You become so close, you call him, he comes. You work together as the flute and the flautist. Spiritual flute. See? Spiritual flautist. The Lord's transcendental potency works through you, and only through persons like you who found the real path, who are they went in the door and they become the shepherd of the sheep, who also want to get into it. Who's going to lead them? Who's going to show them? You have to be an example as a disciple, and you have to be an example as a guru. When you get to disciple and guru together, now you got salvation for the world and more. Otherwise, it's not available. You got to have what? What do you think Bhagavatam was? Was Maharaj Parikshit and Shukadev Goswami, and those who heard the conversation that were there also became liberated by it. Even up to this day, we preach the same conceptions, and the Bhagavatam started with those two persons and do what they did, and the same result happens, love of Krishna. And more. That path wasn't preached like it's being preached with Lord Caitanya and again revived. See, there's even a difference in the love of Krishna, love of God, that was given at that time as was given with Lord Caitanya and now. The symptoms are deeper. The revelations are deeper because Lord Caitanya is the latest incarnation, revealed more. What else we got here? See, and was able unto, and which merciful Lord Krishna never revealed to his closest friend. Because he couldn't. Only the devotees can reveal that level of relationship with the Lord. The Lord is just a recipient of that worship. It has to be revealed by the devotee. That's why it became revealed by devotee Madhavinda Puri. That special love for Krishna cannot be revealed by Krishna. It's revealed by the devotee. That's why Lord Caitanya came in the mood of a devotee, because it can't be revealed by Krishna. He had to come in the worshiper mood. That's why it can't be revealed now unless you see a devotee in that mood of worship, that mode of worship, or that intimate worship with excessive tears, excessive bhakti that you don't see anywhere. Deep revelations that you never heard before that cause bliss, cause you to go and dive into deep bliss and ecstasy that doesn't awaken in any other way. That's the mercy of Lord Caitanya. That's being demonstrated here by the Guru and the disciples, real disciples. The desired result is here. That's why people are here 6 years, man. I'm not forcing them to stay here. I'm not threatening them, not telling them if they, when I was in ISKCON, you know what kept me there? Oh, the threats that oh yeah, if you leave, you're going to go in Maya and you'll never be able to, all the guilt trips and all that stuff. You don't worship. If you eat this or don't do this, you're going to suffer in hell forever. Hellfire and brimstone preaching. That doesn't keep the Vaishnavas coming here. No, the truth does. They're attached to the truth. They love to hear the truth. They taste the truth. They love seeing the perfect figure of the Lord spoken to them. It's very attractive, very enlivening. It's very awakened, special feelings that are very pure and purifying, attractive. And we just stay like this forever. See, talk of impersonal liberation will not become bitter. The shackles of blind adherence to social and Vedic convention will not become loosened. And the tumultuous debate of Vedic scholars on the merits of various useless spiritual paths will continue as long as a devotee who is like a bumblebee drinking the nectar of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet does not appear before the eyes. The actual experience is here. Okay? It's not just a verse in the book you don't understand and you can communicate your non-understanding to your false followers because you're a false follower too. Okay? You actually meet somebody who preaches like that verse, man. Various useless paths, huh? Gohari, does he not? Is he afraid to preach what the verse preaches, or does he just do it? Am I looking to get the acclaim of all these gurus and their followers? Oh, God, why is he saying it's useless path? Well, because it is. When this is available, that's useless. It takes you so long to get the results that we get, you might as well consider them useless. We're preaching, Lord Chaitanya's preaching now. That's in force. Lord Caitanya says you can spend your whole lives, and many of these Vaishnavas, most of them, 99% of them, they spend their whole lives studying the Vedas, following the rules and regulations, but don't develop the attraction that you have, Govinda, right before everybody's eyes. And you know what? The Lord says, that's futile. All that work you did, all those rules you followed, all that external stuff. You died without the goal when the goal was there. It was there when the Lord was there. And it's here now because the Lord is here now working through us, teaching this path that bewilders even sages. Pretty powerful, huh? I would say. All through somebody less than a carpenter. I didn't even have a trade, man. At least Jesus had a trade. Oh, music. I didn't know the music was playing. Should have told me earlier. How come nobody tells me these things? Remember, I don't like the music when I'm preaching. Please tell me. Don't wait like it's 2 hours or an hour and a half. 2 hours already. Wow. Time flies when you're having a good... Boy, it hasn't even gotten to the time I usually start my class. I've already been here 2 hours. Got up early. Me and Amy got up. We went to bed early and got up early. See, talk of impersonal liberation will not become bitter. The shackle of blind adherence to social or Vedic convention will not become loosened. See, it can't be loosened because the gurus teach that, right? They keep advocating. Oh yeah, rules, yeah, let's keep it going, right? Let's keep it going. And this guy, Gaur Das, comes and puts a fork in there. He's a killjoy. He kills their joy of the rules and regulations, whatever joy you think that is. Might give you a better joy. We replace it. We don't just do it for nothing. No, we teach you the real joy. See, it doesn't loosen these things. They stay tight. You stay tightly blind by blind adherence. You don't even know why. I have to tell you, people out there, you rule followers, you regulations, you ceremonial worshipers, you temple worshipers and all that. It's all leading to coming here. To teach you how to taste the nectar and the names. It's just by this association. Right now, you're in that association. Yeah. With those who are promoting, rules, regulate, blind adherence to, they don't think they're blind. They don't say they're blind, but the verse says they're blind, and therefore I say you're blind. If the verse says it, I just repeat it. With realization too, by the way. How can they tell me where I'm at? Here, I'm telling you where the verse is at because this is where it's a living reality. That means the door is open now. Otherwise, even with the book, the door is closed. We open the door by being the living examples of it. Living examples of poo-pooing the liberated preaching, poo-poo the rules and regulation level. See? We bring that book to life again, where it's in force again. Otherwise, it's still in the book. You don't understand it. You speculate on it and you think you're so great, but you're not great because you got to be able to be the verse. You got to preach the real verse. You got to show the real verse. You got to prove that you're a bumblebee. You got to prove you understand the verse. See? Then the door is open. Otherwise, it's still shut. That's why after 550 years, you still don't see love of God, except here is the revival. 550 years until now. Right before everybody's eyes, the verse is manifest. It has to be for the life of love of Krishna be to manifest again. Boy, what are we privileged, man, to come and to be able to serve like this, huh? Ooh, this is the desire of the Lord, man. That's when you see why Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, there's no one more dear to me than a preacher. Yeah. You know how you know that? You see it in disciples who get this mercy, how they treat. That's how I know it. I know the verse because I see it, right? I have disciples come to me who got this wealth of love of Krishna, and I see that dearness manifested right before me. Look how happiness is opened up. These are God feelings, man. Where do you see that? And you wonder why I poo-poo every other path that is available that you can't get in any of them. You'll be following paths like what you see out there in the world for many, many, many lifetimes. You'll follow the Narayan Mahar's path. He even told you you will. Many lifetimes before getting what Govinda has right there in front of your face. You can even see it, the symptoms of it. Oh, you like the music? Okay, well, that was good there. The waves of truth, yeah. That's what it is, like waves, isn't it? They're swimming. Yeah, I was in the ocean, it's so boring. I mean, it's okay, it's so elusive. When you get this is like being in the real ocean, man. It's just in the waves, the ocean. This is in the real, and then I go sit in the ocean here, beautiful blue water. It's like, like you see on the movies, tropical, beautiful blue, crystal blue water. I'm sitting in there bored as hell, man. It's like, this is boring. I took my bath, sat on the sand for a few minutes, got a little sun, and was back home, and I turned the camera on, and did the reel. I mean, that's how it gets. Because this is all illusion, and it doesn't loosen until you swim in this nectar of truth. This is the real ocean. See, this is a transcendental ocean. It's endless. Swim as far as we can swim, Also, I reach the end of the body, can't do it anymore, it's like a swimmer get that, they have no more muscle to lift a weight or to, they have to rest. Swim in the ocean as far as we can. See, where is renunciation? Where is tranquil indifference to the temptations of sense pleasure or the torments of hell? The renunciation, even of the beauty of the world, in the sense, the ugliness and beauty is like you become neutral. You got to have a higher beauty. That's why Sadhu Sangha is praised by Krishna. He said, the only way to tame me is with Sadhu Sangha, with those sadhus who really know me. Know my transcendental figure, the perfect figure, perfect conception, realize conception, realize devotion, real bhakti, pure devotion. See? So you become, renounced in that way. You just not, by these renounce of the good and the bad. See, I'm not interested in the good path or the bad path. We're into the what? Transcendental path. See, we just keep taking, it's like a diving into this ocean regularly, right? You don't have to be fanatic. We've got our things we got to do, but we just keep doing it. I know this works. It's amazing. It just goes deeper, it grows more and more and more. And I do my duties during the day, you know, but they're getting more boring, you know, like, oh, okay, let me just go and take a quicker swim, not stay on the beach longer. You know, shorter time. It keeps getting shorter. You know how many people, that's the only opulence they get. And they come on vacation. They're laying out on the beach all day, getting, you know, like probably cancer from all that sun. We're sitting in the ocean, you know, and they do it all day long, drinking their beers and all that. Wasted their time. See? So we must get attracted to what is true, because that's it. You don't want to waste your time, man. You want you want life. You want more food. You know, it's like you can be a glutton in this. You can eat as much as you want. And you regularly, and then you want more. Ivo, I think you do not make a problem of my offenses, Big Brother Goharidas. No, of course not. Are you kidding, Ivo? You're my buddy. What offenses? I don't even see it. There's no offense. Yeah. Yeah, I think I've swam as far as I can swim. Yeah. Okay, my friends, let's take a little break. It's already been 2 hours and 16 minutes. That's, you know, it's not even 5 o'clock yet. AM, my time. Yeah. You want to give a word of parting there, Govinda?
Yeah, just thank you so much. And Ivo, so sweet. Thank you, Ivo, for everything, you know. Your association, your help with resources, and your association. Lovely devotee. I love when you chant, by the way. It's like Gregorian, Goranga, very deep when you chant. I like to listen to it. I know I've done some lovely classes with your chanting.
Yeah, you got to go live more often there, Ivo. Yeah. Okay, so let's play the song and here, I gotta move my chair here. Okay, hey, thank you for the TikTokers for coming here. I'm gonna end the TikTok here. Yeah. Okay, be right there. I gotta get a new chair here. Ooh, my leg. Ooh, sitting too long on the ball. Oops. Oh. Oof. Ah. Hare Krishna,